You are someone who is so capable and leaving lasting impressions on people, and so much so that they just don't forget you even after a little bit of time. This is like just, oh, I just left work and I am like shaking from his energy. Like, I feel like almost crying, like I'm missing someone. Like I have this ache in my heart, like I'm missing someone, and it's like feeling like, and it's not mine. It's not mine. And so I'm on here, and I don't know who's supposed to hear this. You are whole and complete, and have been. You don't need anyone. You don't need anyone. You don't need anything. You have everything you need. And like, it's like you hear it, and perhaps you even comprehend it, but like actually moving in that is something that's far more difficult. And so even in acting in the lack of need, because we don't want lack, but if we have a lack of need, that's a good thing. So if you're going to live in lack, you might as well live in lack of need, lack of pain, lack of worry. Now, maybe you're someone who might get a little jealous in relationships and have a hard time trusting people because you kind of been messed over a lot in the past. And as I say that. And maybe you're finally like actually entering a healthy relationship. Not maybe it's with a person, um, but more importantly, it's with yourself. The biggest thing that you worry about that you don't trust is yourself. Um, and that's an ego thing, You is an ego, I is an ego, and whenever you say I don't trust myself or I don't trust people, that's who doesn't trust. But then you still trust in the fact that you can't trust people. There is always trust. And I understand that, especially from what I'm getting, that based off of your past, that there have been times where you haven't listened to what was intuition and you didn't realize it was intuition, where you didn't understand what was going on because you were maybe too young or just didn't know in general. Whew. Oh, Lordy. That is a lot. That is a lot. Mm. The abuse and the traumas that you have endured are quite simply what I would kind of consider horrific. My leg is bouncing with anxious energy. It is, and it's like you're really put together most of the time, and like sometimes then this switch happens and you're just like, I can't be around the people, or I get this feeling like I want to go home. 444, as I say this, you get so icked out like that you want to crawl out of your skin, but you can't, and you have to wait for the moment to pass. It's a type of this duality that lives within you, both so full of life and optimism, and so full of maybe jaded, maybe realism. You definitely do a lot of dichotomy, which is part of the journey to oneness and unity. You don't have to be one thing all the time. Your name is your name, and that is who you are sometimes, but it doesn't matter because, like, you don't have to be anything forever. We know that. And also, 606 as I say this. When they say we are given free will, they don't really talk about how many parameters and hurdles and tricksters along the way that they give to you while you're getting to the point where you could even have autonomy and understand that you have autonomy. It's time for you to make a really big move. Maybe it's actually a move. Especially if you're talking to me, people tend to move a lot and fall in love once they've met me, and they find their person and their people and their communities. You get to choose the direction now. And you're kind of looking around and realizing, wait, but this is all made up. 727 as I say this. If you want to heal people with your words, if you feel drawn to talk to people, if you feel, I mean, honestly, if you're right now, if you're listening to people like this, like me, if there's other people like this, if you're getting a lot of these feeds, it's most likely because you are somebody who, not even most likely, I know it for a fact, I feel it. You are somebody who shares so much love. And it's like, it's so weird because I'm being told language that I don't like to use. So it's that's why there's so many delays. So what I'm gonna say now, I'm just gonna let it come out and let it be, and just know that this isn't language that I prefer to use, but I think this is how you're supposed to hear it. Okay. Okay, confirmation burp, here it comes. You're an amazing person and you don't realize it. You're constantly like kind of shit talking yourself and you're mean to yourself. To be quite honest, you're kind of a bully to yourself. And I try and twist it into a positive and say, hey, you know, this is the journey that you're on, because you are on that journey and you are aware of these things. And then what will happen is that you'll tend to like slip back into these habits, like especially as you tend to do well on like a journey of rising up through vibrations and frequencies, and then dipping back down. And so what that's telling me is that perhaps even if you are aware of the how it works, which is the higher you go up, the lower you must go, type of thing. There must be an equal give and take. And so even people who Well, I think that's the thing too. I think there's a lot of fear um, that's coming around with you too, because you know how bad people can be. You know how bad you can be, because you've been a person in the past that maybe you don't really love what you've done in the past. Maybe where you feel like you've manipulated people because you know so much, or perhaps that you could have made different decisions whenever it comes to certain relationships, or um, not being diligent, not starting those things, being like, hey, I'm gonna be this and this and this, and it's just not working out, and you're really freaking mean to yourself. Like, kind of like, just like, I mean, could you imagine the things that you say to yourself, and you say that to like a teenager, or like just some random, even just some adult? Why is it okay for you to talk to yourself like that? Because you also are always like constantly pouring out so much positivity to people. You wouldn't say those mean things to people. You just wouldn't, and you don't. Yet here you are, kind of being really evil to yourself. And so you are spreading the message of kindness. You are in positivity. You're spreading the message of, oh, love and light. And you do some work. It's not like you don't know this inner child stuff. Like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. There are still times where there are still slip ups. And so accepting that it's a constant learning. It never stops. You don't ever get to stop, because that's the joy of life. That is the one of the missions in life, is to be able to find joys. Sometimes in hardships, yes. I keep wanting to go to something else. In prayer, in prayer, if you pray for patience, you'll get long lines. If you pray for peace, you'll get chaos. You know. Um, yeah. When you pray for something, it's like you're telling the guides, you're telling God, you're telling the angels that you want that mission, as opposed to whatever mission they have already given you. So whenever we're going through things, we look back and we go, okay, what is the lesson that is here? What am I meant to do? And most of the time, it's to find joy. It's to spread joy and love, unconditional love. And so sometimes it feels like your body is failing you. I don't know why that came out. But sometimes it feels like your body is failing you. Maybe you've been sick in the past, Maybe you dealt with weight issues, or, food allergies, or just allergies in general, or sicknesses, or um, poor joints or something. But I don't know why that would come up. But maybe you were sick. Maybe you were really sick, like to your stomach, because that's what I'm hearing. That you were like really unwell for a while, like maybe for like almost like a year off and on, like you'd have like these bouts, like these episodes, and then like you'd be okay, like nausea, maybe actually vomiting, maybe just restroom stuff, maybe you have IBS or celiac. Oh, maybe you have like, I don't know, my shoulders bother me. And you've gotten better, but every once in a while it feels like you're sick again, and then you get scared that you're sick again and you can't do the things, and you're going to be out of commission like you were before, because whether it be like a physical illness or a mental illness, or just like a, because sometimes like we're out of the game because like we're moving through life just going through the motions but not necessarily living it, and it feels like we're at a standstill because we don't feel like we're growing, and so if we don't grow we atrophy. What is that called? Entropy. So I oh, I feel suddenly better, suddenly calm. So and my mind is blank. I keep trying to draw, and so I don't know if that ended concisely or not, if I made any points. So that being said, I'm gonna be home and I'm gonna rest, and thank you. Thank you for watching. Keep a lookout for the numbers and stay synchronized.